So, John, obviously not the result you wanted, a 6-1 defeat in your first pre-season friendly, but there must be tons of positive to take from that game.
I think, yeah, pre-season games, I think really scorelines are irrelevant. That's not me just making excuses. I think what you do with these types of games, you learn a lot, and I think we've learned so much today, both from positive and negative aspects. So I think really in terms of a pre-season exercise, that's what you want. It would be very easy to sort of bring a team that you probably know aren't going to be up to much competition, but I don't think you learn anything. I've said that to the girls, we're going to learn so much more about today's experience going forward. So I think that's been the biggest sort of positive, if you like, really, things that we can do better, things we've done well, and then what we do to sort of put that right in training, take into other pre-season games.
If you could put a stamp on sort of the things that you thought wasn't up to scratch on the pitch, what would you say they were?
The goals we conceded, I make no qualms about it. It's at any level, and the types of goals we've conceded today weren't good enough, both from individual point of views, players probably know who they are, and collectively as well, we need to be better. I think I've asked the players to self-reflect on what they think they could have done better, particularly around the goals, both individually and collectively. And they're an honest bunch in there, they'll do that, they won't shy away from it, they'll know they could have done better, and it's not always up to me to point the finger and say that. I think as a manager you've got to sort of let the players take a bit of ownership, and they'll know that, they'll know what they need to do better. But I think, yeah, the goals we've conceded, I think very poor really. It's not sort of been a goal that I've looked at where I thought, you know what, I'll hold my hands up and they've played us off the park to get that goal. I think they haven't had to work very hard for a lot of the goals they've scored today. Whether that's down just to sort of a bit of rustiness, I don't know. But again, we'll be working hard to make sure that doesn't happen going forward.
And a lot of new signings played today. How did you see them play?
Yeah, no, again, they've come in. It's not easy when you're a new player. You've got to pick up a lot of things. We've carried quite a big squad today. I think for me, it's about knowing what combinations work, what don't. So I think really I've sort of said to the girls today that it's the first test is today to sort of put your claim on being a starter for this team. So we've had a bit of an idea now about what's worked well, what hasn't, what combinations have done well, what haven't. So again, we'll take that into the next friendly. So I think that's all it was today, just looking about what sort of formations and shapes work.
And finally, we'll touch upon the goal. Good link-up play between Jordan and Jess. Jess, unbelievable today, and obviously getting a first goal for the club. Just summarise your view on her performance today.
In terms of Jess, first of all, we know exactly what we're getting with Jess. We did our homework on her when we signed her at the back end of last season. Definitely a player we need in this team. More importantly, for the league we play in, the type of player that Jess is, with a strong build, holding the ball up, bringing others into play, and link-up play, it's going to be crucial competing in our league. And I think, again, she's proved that, why we brought her into the club. And I'm a big fan of the girl, and I think her attitude's spot on as well. She'll always reflect on what she can do better, and again, what she does well. And I think for me, I just said about the goal we scored, that's how easy it can be. If you look at in terms of where we started the move, it was from our own penalty area, and just a little bit of movement, a bit of confidence on the ball, not shying away from the ball, you can open teams up. And teams the calibre of West Brom, who are a fantastic side, and that's been evident today. It just shows how easy it can be and how good we are when we do the things well that we ask them to do in terms of the possession side of the game.
Cheers, John.